India-Canada row. What's been happening on that front? Well, to begin with, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has put it out the way it should have been, and he has said that politics cannot dictate response to terrorism. In fact, here he says that in a resounding smackdown directed implicitly at the United States and Canada, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar told the UN on Tuesday, and I quote, "Political convenience cannot dictate response to terrorism, extremism and violence." Jaishankar did not directly refer to New Delhi's spat with Ottawa and its patron US over the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, but he left no doubt who and what he was referring to when he asserted that respect for territorial integrity and non-interference in internal affairs cannot be exercises in cherry picking. I think there the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, it was a much anticipated statement of his at in his UNGA speech. And just to give our viewers a bit of background, Nancy, what exactly has been happening. So India and Canada are now engaged in a diplomatic showdown. What has happened that Canada has accused India, it has alleged India's involvement in the killing of a Khalistani terrorist, Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and that has not gone down well with India. There have been many developments that have taken place ever since, be it India, in fact, asking the Canadian ambassador to go back, be it India also taking, in fact, also Canada has done the same, be it India asking its citizens to be cautious in view of the recent developments, or be it Canada also asking its citizens to be cautious of the recent developments, and so on and so forth. I mean, there are many things, Nancy, that have taken place, and now this statement of the External Affairs Minister is something that was anticipated, that was awaited, and we know, as we were discussing also, that External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, is somebody who will not hold back. Well, in fact, let's listen into what our External Affairs Minister, Mr. S. Jaishankar, had to say about the India-Canada showdown.
No, I'll share with you very, very frankly what we told the Canadians. One, we told the Canadians that this is not the government of India's policy. Two, we told the Canadians saying that, look, if you have something specific, if you have something relevant, let us know. We are open to looking at it. So, but to understand the context of it, in a way, because the picture is not complete without the context in a way, you also have to appreciate, Ken, that in the last few years, Canada actually has seen a lot of organized crime, relating to, the secessionist forces, organized crime, violence, extremism. They're all very, very deeply mixed up. So, in fact, we have been, talking about specifics and information. We have actually been badgering the Canadians. We have given them a lot of information about organized crime leadership, which operates out of Canada. There are a large number of extradition requests. There are terrorist leaders who have been identified. So do understand that there is an environment out there. So that is important in a way to factor in. If you have to understand what is going on out there, and our concern is that it's really been very permissive because of political reasons. So we have a situation where actually our diplomats are threatened, our consulates have been attacked, and often comments are made about there's interference in our politics, and a lot of this is often justified as saying, well, that's how democracies work.
S. Jaishankar, so to speak, is a kind of person who has never really held back, as we were discussing, but also a very important, we are again going to sound repetitive, but then it's been happening. I think US has has been up to so many things lately, and honestly those acts also are so repetitive that one cannot just simply skip it. For example, now this again, United States has called for a full and fair investigation into Canada's allegation against India. Is there a limit to hypocrisy? Nancy, I really want to ask this. It's their newspaper NYT which has come out with the report that it was the United States which gave the so-called intelligence to Canada, and now free and fair probe after claiming to be friends of India, and after saying that we want to build relationship with India. And just yesterday, in fact, Eric Garcetti, he gave a statement and said that India and Canada, both countries are very important to us. And we can see how important they take their relationship with India and how important they perceive India to be.
I mean, US is trying so hard right now to keep both the legs in the two boats. I think that
we know what's going to be the end.
I mean, this is not something that I think, one day you make a statement and you say Trudeau is a friend, Canada is a very important, the ties we have, but we have a very important strategic tie with India. We request you guys should, cooperate with each other. India should look into the probe. India should not be that defensive. It should, be acceptable to it. They should follow the order. But my problem is that, in the way I think Jaishankar was very right to put it is like, first give us the credible allegations that you have been investigating, so that your agencies, Trudeau just came to the House of Commons and he said that, we have credible allegations and my security agencies, we are working on it seriously, intense searching is going on, intense investigation is going on. I mean, what are these credible investigations?
So I made comments on this yesterday. I can restate them here, which is that we are obviously quite concerned about the situation in Canada. We've cooperated closely with our Canadian counterparts, and we have urged India to cooperate in that investigation, and will continue to do so. And India remains an important partner of the United States. We work with them on a number of issues, but of course, on this matter, we urge them to cooperate with the Canadian investigation.
That's not it. In fact, Nancy, Canada's envoy to the United Nations, Robert Ray, during his address to the UNGA, also has raised the issue of foreign interference. Let's listen into what he has to say.
At the same time, as we put great emphasis on the importance of equality, we also have to uphold the values of free and democratic societies. We cannot bend the rules of state-to-state relations for political expediency, because we've seen and continue to see the extent to which democracies are under threat through various means of foreign interference. But the truth is, if we don't adhere to the rules that we've agreed to, the very fabric of our open and of our free societies may start to tear.